I think Shabir got Sachin, Sehwag, and up front one another batsman, Lakshman. Field or something like that. And Yusuf Bhai came to me and said, "Udhar Puppo बैठी है?" तो मैंने कहा हाँ उधर Puppo ही बैठी है. Which and they were chanting in the crowd, Yasir, Yasir. So people of Pakistan and India, they want to cheer these thrills and moments, you know. I played straight drive and I still remember those words from Imran Khan, "Bada seedha hai ye."
Hello and welcome to InferTalks, a podcast where I put you in the room with some of the biggest thought leaders and at times some of the biggest cricketing names in the room. Today, I'm joined by one such cricketer, in fact, a former Test cricketer who's had the privilege of playing against India as well, in Pakistan and in India also. Today, I have with me Mr. Yasir Hameed. Yasir, welcome to InferTalks.
Thank you very much.
All right, Yasir, let's go ahead and start our conversation. And I want to sort of, take you back in the memory lane and sort of help recall and sort of share with our audience, where did your cricketing journey really start? Did you always want to become a professional cricketer? Was it like a childhood dream? Or was it by turn of different events that you ended up becoming a professional cricketer?
See, thank you very much, first of all, for inviting me in your podcast. And that was long due, I think. And today I'm here. Actually, every kid have a dream to become a cricketer, to become a cricket player. And a love for the game, everyone have. And till at some point of age, everyone tries to become a cricketer. And when someone realizes, no, I cannot play or carry on, he goes to studies. But in my case, it was same story that I used to love cricket from my childhood, and I've got support from my family. My brothers and my father used to love cricket. He used to gather his family youth, and he provided a platform in that time. And he gathered them, used to gather them, take them to the ground. His cousins, and my uncles. And we used to go with them, and I used to watch them. And I had that, natural talent in me when I used to play in home, when I used to play that short, cover drives and on the up. That on the up it's so natural in me, when what I used to play in international cricket. And many people remember that shot as well, which I used to play on the up. So that came from my, home. I would say my home was my nursery for cricket.
Very nice. And so moving on from there, if I sort of, help recall from our earlier conversation, that there was this very interesting part, and I don't know how many people actually know this. You ended up, in this interesting camp, more or less during the time when Pakistan won its very first Cricket World Cup. Tell us about that.
Yes, that was, I think, biggest moment in Pakistan cricket history, because we as a nation, we used to follow cricket, we love cricket, but that particular time, that was defining moment in Pakistan cricket history. And I was very young in that time, like I was child, and the scenarios were getting changed. The Imran Khan, there was a camp. It's called Imran Pepsi Clinic, and Imran Khan made some teams. His ex, colleagues or players, and Zakir Khan was assigned in Peshawar region, and he came to our school. I remember that day when he entered in our class, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's a Test cricketer," and I was sitting in between some, in the class, in between shying and ambitious, but he. There was trial held in Arbab Niaz Cricket Stadium. Went there when he saw me playing, and he identified me in that time, and I was in his mind in that time, from that time on. So later Imran Khan came in the camp, and he put me pad on. Only two batsmen batted, and I batted. I still remember I was like 13 or 14 in that time, and I played straight drive, and I still remember those words from Imran Khan, "Bada seedha hai ye." So that one sentence that gave me belief. My belief system was getting stronger and stronger day by day. I can play for Pakistan. So that was the moment. Then
That was more like a turning point for you where you decided that you can end up playing for the national side.
yes, I think so, because when such a great legend of the game who won the World Cup in that time, his aura was so big. As a cricketer, his aura was so big, and I was very young. And when I heard it, I believed that yes, I can play.
It must have been like a childhood dream come true,
Yeah, I know. There was something extraordinary happened in my life. So that particular time, then I started playing, and I moved on. I moved on. I talked to my family or brothers, and my brother used to play club cricket in Peshawar. My brother used to play club cricket, and he knew about the cricket, how to enter into club, and so I've joined the club there, Peshawar club, and that was top club. But before that, I was telling you Zakir Bhai story. Zakir Khan was also, he belongs from Peshawar, and he had that club. His name was Jinnah Club, and first I went in his club, and when I used to go on my cycle from home, and I was 14 years or 13 years of age. It was close to my, ground was close from my home. So from school, when I used to go there, the club used to start at 2 o'clock. I used to reach there at 2:15 or 2:20, sometimes 2:30. But when he used to see me, right, and straight away he told me to get bat, and he used to bowl me back short pitch, and from that time my training was started from that time. So I used to play with those big boys at that time. So my technique was correct, and that belief system I'm talking about, that was keep building and building and building. Later on, when I played professional cricket, Zakir Bhai went to Pakistan Cricket Board. He was very proud when I scored a lot of runs in domestic cricket.
And who did you play for in the domestic circuit?
From Peshawar, I started my cricket from Peshawar. From under 16 to under 19. Then I came into first class team. In between, I played for Pakistan Railways. And that season, that was my first outing professionally. And my teammate was Younis Khan, and Rifatullah Mamand. He was my child. He is my childhood friend. We used to play together in club cricket, and
how was it like playing against Younis Khan? People say he happens to have a very hot temper.
Against,
was it the same case with you?
Yeah, we didn't play against each other,
right,
that much. Maybe few times in department cricket when I used to play for PIA, and he was in Habib Bank. But most of the cricket I played with him in the same team, like in Peshawar, and then Pakistan cricket team. In Railways, I'm talking about, that was a first tournament, professional tournament, because we were kid, me and Rifat, and Younis Bhai was a bit senior from us, and he already played in that time Pakistan under 19. He was a part of that team. It was very popular team that time. So Glenn Bhai was there, and Razzaque was in that team, and Younis Bhai was in that team, and their captain used to be Rana Khayyam. That was a big name in that time, but he couldn't make to international level, but he was their captain. But Younis Bhai had that exposure, and we were going from club cricket to Pakistan Railways, but Pakistan Railways played us. I played all matches got some runs, my confidence level got up. And then I played for Pakistan board, and Shahid Afridi used to play for some team. I don't
can't recall
remember
right
now.
now.
It's very long time, in 98, I guess. And that was the time when I was very young. And in 98, I got my first class debut. Interestingly, I got 2 zeros in my test debut in National Stadium, Karachi. You see, the process I talk about, if you follow the process and you keep working hard, in same ground, I got 200s on my test debut.
This was against Bangladesh, I
This
suppose.
was against Bangladesh. What I'm trying to say is that if you believe on your abilities, and if you believe on yourself and keep working hard, and don't look here and there, and don't,
Don't get discouraged.
don't discourage from failures,
Right.
then you can achieve everything. It comes eventually to you. Success comes eventually to you. You have to follow the process, and excellence, attracts success.
Wonderful. And so then what happened when Razzaque bhai was finally at the Pakistan cricket board?
Yeah.
Where did that calling come from to be part of the Pakistan national team then?
Yes, I scored a lot of runs in domestic, and I don't know, I was selected in some team. It was Pakistan A team or something. I had to go to Pakistan Cricket Board, and there Zakir Bhai received me, and that was again a big moment for me as a teacher. He was my teacher, first teacher. I had a lot of teachers in my life. I respect them a lot. All my seniors, from whom I learned in cricket, I always have a high regards for them.
Right. And so then now you've entered this new phase. Where did you then end up playing your first match against? Which team was it against, really? Was it in a test series, or was it in an ODI series?
You're talking about last match?
No, your very first match.
Okay, debut match.
Yes.
The debut games in Test cricket, I debuted against Bangladesh. In ODIs, I debuted against New Zealand. Against New Zealand, I debuted in Dambola. It was very difficult pitch.
This was in Sri Lanka.
This was in Sri Lanka. Rashid Bhai was our captain, Rashid Latif. And, if you play with your stars, you always feel so excited. So as a young cricketer, I always admired all Pakistani stars. And Rashid Bhai was our captain. And when I played there, they all saw my game. Although my score was not that big, 20 or 25, but I played correct, technically. Technically, I played correct, and they keep giving me chances. So I'm very much thankful for that. Otherwise, I could have been discarded straight away, because on 20, 25 runs, you cannot claim your second chance. So I'm thankful for that. Those people who believed on my abilities in that time. There are a lot of people. It's a great, big list. When when you play cricket, there are a lot of people who comes and they give you a positive nudge, and they all are in your mind.
Right. So who were among those players who sort of encouraged you? Although you do claim that you didn't have any kind of tiff or a bad patch with any player, but which players encouraged you the most when you were sort of new in the team and sort of trying to make your players settle down?
See, in every team, there are people who encourage you in every team, right? If you're playing in domestic, there are people who encourage you, who tell you your mistakes, and if they are positive, if they want they want you to do well, you take it positive, and if their intentions are not good, you can understand, you can smell it. But in Pakistan, alhamdulillah, every youngster, if he's good, in our system initially, everyone supports a good player, right? Because talent they cannot be hided. There is a saying, river makes its way on, and persistence is the thing that is very important for success. But later on, when players get developed, so there we lack a proper system or a proper nourishment. Some of them take it, some of them cannot. So that discrimination, I don't know, it comes naturally or that is part of a system. What is it? We have to find it out, because we are a big country, we are a big boat, and we have great people who are running it. But where is the fault and where is the flaw? We have to find it out, because player is a product. Not every day you find a great player or a good player. You have to carry it on, you have to carry him on. But now, alhamdulillah, the things are getting better. But in our time, lot of talent, got wasted. So maybe somewhere we have problems, but there should be a system to address that problem. Why the problem is coming? If I'm doing something wrong, I've been told that this is wrong thing, and it should be work on it.
Right. And now, so before I come to your one of your memorable innings against India, I wanted to sort of ask you, like, you've recently last year had the opportunity to be part of the National Selection Committee in 2023. What are your future plans? I mean, apart from doing your stint as a cricket analyst, what is Yasir Hameed planning to do, for the future of cricket and for the future of himself as well?
Well, when I've been selected as a selector, I was very excited because it's something you can contribute as a ex-player, and the system, and the player's development, everything. Which player who can play well. Every player has his own eye. Every player his own feeling or guts about the players. I was excited that I'm a part of selection committee, and now I'll work on something in my mind. But it was just a very short
stint.
Yeah. Just like honeymoon period, you can say. 3 months,
right?
And then board change, chairman change, and we have been put away. But it's okay. Other came, they are also gone. Then another came, they are also gone. So it is come and go, is part of the system now, So
it's quite
we
sad,
don't mind
though.
it.
Yeah, it's quite sad though. But like, what are your future plans?
I have, alhamdulillah, I have plans. Inshallah, I'm working on it. I can't reveal it right now, but it's obviously it's about sports.
All right.
It's about sports, and it's about development of sports. It's about everything about sports. You cannot get away as a sportsman from sports.
Right. So where is this thing likely to take place in Islamabad?
Everywhere.
Or throughout Pakistan?
Globally.
Wow.
Inshallah.
I wish we can get to know the details, what
Yeah,
they
of
really
course.
are.
Surely you'll know, inshallah.
We'll certainly be looking forward to it. Now, let me come to your, one of your most memorable innings. And this was, although I do not want to take away, from your, test centuries, but I want to come to that specific inning that you played in your very hometown before your very own, home crowd. And this was in Peshawar against India in 2004. You played a remarkable inning. You played up until the 7th and the 8th batsman, I suppose. And you eventually got out. You got caught by Yuvraj Singh in the point. What did it really feel like? Did you really expect at that point, since you were actually chasing the score against India, did it really feel like at any particular point in time you felt like, oh my God, I've probably given away the match? Or you had some confidence, maybe the next batsman in is going to make sure that, he sort of sails it through till the end? What did you feel like?
Well, to be honest, that was very flowing innings, right? Because that was my home ground, and I knew that the pitch, and that was the flattest pitch I was playing on that ground in that moment. Because the Peshawar pitch was used to be seaming, and it was very quick. We had in Peshawar division in that time, or region now, we had a great pace attack on that time. Kabir Bhai, Fazli Akbar, Sajish Shah, and we used to make green pitches. And I used to be very mentally. I was opener or one down, and I survived so many overs there. And that particular day against India, that pitch was, it was like so easy for me. And early on, there was seam swing because Peshawar had that tendency. In that time, that there was moisture and the help of the pitch. And I think Shabir got Sachin, Sehwag, and up front another batsman, Lakshman. And their top order was like rattled, 40 for 4. Then Yuvraj Singh came down the order, got 100, and they managed to get 246. Early on in our inning, there was seam and swing, but it was very easy for me. My form was good, and I had idea of that pitch. So that inning was very flowing. 98 I got, yes, I still remember, and the crowd was there was white ball, and in Peshawar, people when they go out, they put white dress most of the time. It was white in the crowd as well. So in fielding,
must have been difficult to read the ball.
Yeah, in field, when I was fielding, I lost few balls in the field, and there was that incident happened when my family was sitting there,
right,
upstairs, and my one of my auntie was there. She's my mother-in-law now, and I was watching them. Obviously, naturally, you see where your
family is.
So when I saw there and I missed field or something like that, and Yusuf Bhai came to me and said, can I say it?
Yeah, you can say that.
Udhar Puppo बैठी है.
Right.
तो मैंने कहा हाँ उधर Puppo ही बैठी है.
Which turned out to be true, that your aunt was really sitting over there.
Yeah, my auntie was there, my brother was my brother-in-law, and my sister and my brothers and my uncle. Everyone was there because that was against India I was playing, and then I got man of the match, and they were chanting in the crowd, Yasir. So that was special for me.
Were you relieved that Razzaque Bhai came in and sort of made sure that,
I had believed because Razzaque Bhai was there, Moin Bhai was there, and after that Rana was there, Rana Naveed, and Sami was there. They all could bat. And it was either 246 was not that big total, but we were 60 for 4.
Exactly, that's the whole point.
We were 60 for 4, and that that inning helped Pakistan.
Yes, indeed it did. So now, Yasir, moving on. I have some other interesting questions again to do with the cricket. But before I come to that, you've played against India. So now, tell me, do you have any memorable sort of memories? Playing against your peers from India. Which player did you have like the most tough period with versus a friendly period that you had with your peers from India?
Well, there were funny guys in the team, especially I would say Sehwag. I would say he used to be very funny with me. And with all the team, Harbhajan was very, funny. The other teammates, they used to be very, gossiping each other. And Sehwag used to be very funny with me at times. He used to call me Don.
Oh, why is that?
That was just,
were they scared of you?
No. I don't know. But
they meant like Don is
Don Bradman.
Oh,
Don, maybe Don, that Don, or sometimes they used to miss Don, that Don, Don.
It's quite a pun word. I mean, you couldn't tell.
Yeah. So
Don Bradman or Don as
reply,
in the Don. Yeah.
I used to call him Don.
Oh.
So then Yuvraj used to call me this, and then Irfan used to call me this, and in reply I used to call them Don. So that was quite in friendly mode. The names were used to be exchanged. So yes, that was a great series when they came here, when we used to go there. So that was great times.
And so among the Indian bowlers, who did you really have like a tough experience in terms of, facing their bowling attack? Which player sort of disturbed you the most?
Well, if you talk about fast bowling,
Yeah.
honestly, their fast bowling was all right, because we used to play a very good fast ball in our nets or in a domestic cricket, and I can't tell you how many good bowlers we could not play for Pakistan. I can name you few: Sajid Shah, Jafar Nazir. If you had watched them bowl, straight away you would have said that what's this, because there was lot of talent in already in Pakistan team in their time. Wasim bhai was bowling, Waqar bhai, then in youngster Shoaib Akhtar, right, and many others, Mohammad Zaid,
Yeah.
and
He too was among the fastest bowlers.
Fazli Akbar
Yeah.
was he was there was a bowler called Fazli Akbar. He used to got first wicket in his first test match in third ball. In first ball, he nicked Gary Christian, it was dropped, and in third ball he got him out again.
Wow.
Right, he could not carry on because of the competition, because of the players already playing. They were legends. Wasim, Waqar, how can you drop them? Shoaib Akhtar with his furious pace, and then Mohammad Zaid. Then he got injured later on. In domestic, when he used to come back and play in domestic, in every team there was a bowler who could easily be picked in Pakistan cricket team if those legends was not there.
And so despite the fact that you
Coming back to your point about India, that time Yasir Khan was good. He used to bring ball in and out. He was most difficult, I think, in Indian lineup in that time for me. Irfan was good, but he was difficult for those who couldn't
read the swing.
Swing was not manageable. Easy for me because I used to play late and I played to Kabir Khan. Kabir Khan was, you don't know, he used to swing this much, and he had 94 wickets in domestic cricket. And it's a world record that was broken by him. That's the county's record he broken. And I played my 5 years to him. Then I played to Fazli Akbar, and he used to bowl me short pitches all the time. And that's because that fear that come out from me, that's good for me.
Right.
So, there was so much competition at that time. And so I played against them. And coming back to that point again, the fast ball of India. Spinners, because of an opener, I used to play more fast bowlers than spinners. And that's why I used to be, a good spinner. I had some problems with good spinners, I only, wanted to charge them instead of getting singles. So when playing against Kumble, I would say that he got me. He got me 4-5 times. So that was his class. That's why he was a great bowler for India, and he was.
Which particular delivery of Anil Kumble was kind of like difficult for you to read?
Well, he used to bowl straight, right? And he used to hold himself here. And that was his skill to deceive batsmen. That batsman, I used to think that this ball will get leg break. But in the end, he used to flip it straight. So in that, time, that was 2 weeks or so, I could not got that. I could not...
like you had a hard time reading it.
Yeah, in last inning in Bangalore, just went after him.
Right.
Every ball. Then I got 38 or 39. I got out. Then I got dropped from the team.
I see.
Yes.
I see. And then sort of now moving on from there and coming back to your hometown of Peshawar, we've seen the return of international cricket come back to Pakistan. What are your thoughts? Do you have any anticipation or expectation that international cricket will make a comeback to Peshawar itself. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, are we likely to see the return of international matches to Peshawar once
Absolutely,
again?
I see in the future, inshallah, the international cricket is coming back to Peshawar, and the stadium is very good. The new stadium it's remarkable. It will be one of the best stadium in Pakistan, because it will be completed soon. It's almost complete.
Almost done.
Only finishing is left. But as Pakistan Cricket Board is preparing 3 grounds for Champion Trophy, and I hope we work fast, and 2 or 3 tier stadiums we make it quickly just before Champion Trophy. So these 3, 4, 5 grounds, it will be amazing thing.
And so you're hoping that Peshawar can finally get to have its mark once again.
Absolutely, inshallah. Why not? The stadium is excellent. It's 35,000 to 40,000 capacity, and it's a home ground of Peshawar Zalmi. And inshallah, next year, hopefully, Peshawar Zalmi will play all their matches there.
Hopefully.
Definitely.
Inshallah.
And other franchises as well. There should be
Yeah.
more than 6 to 7 matches in Peshawar.
Yeah.
Next.
I certainly hope that, and I'm sure, plenty of people, not just from Peshawar, but also from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, must be wishing the same. Now, moving on to, the very same important element. And I think the one thing that we haven't really heard from a cricketer himself is the fact that why is it so important to have the resumption of India-Pakistan bilateral cricket series? Because we've seen both the sides play against each other in international tournaments like the World Cup, the Champions Trophy. But, it's been, I suppose, almost more than a decade now that we have seen both sides come back and play head-on against each other in a bilateral series. How critical is it for the game of cricket itself for these two sides to play in a series? Why do you think it's important?
It is very important if you bring the stability or sports harmony. Sports it's a binding force between countries, nations, cities. If you play cricket to each other, it means you are making good relations, lot of good relations. So I don't know, it should be sought out soon, because people of Pakistan and India, they want to cheer these thrills and moments. There's lot of thrill and lot of extraordinary moments in that series, which is you can't see in any other cricket, in any other series apart from Ashes, or this type of rivalry you would not see. Now cricket is getting more friendly because of league crickets. Players, they are so interactive, because they play for the same leagues in different countries. They play for their country and they play for... so that, rivalry, day by day, you would see that's changing into a friendliness, which is good. But sportsman spirit is it should be there, but rivalry should be there, because some heated moments and some not so much, because it's game of gentlemen. Anyways, cricket is a game of gentlemen. But in soccer, you see there's a lot of heating moment, but they shake hand in the end. They tap each other.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's the
After
same thing
the
with
foul. They are So it's same. It goes for cricket as well. But that particularly win and loss craze in the fans. That's something Pakistan Indian cricket is always will be important for that, and will be very special for that for on that point.
Yeah, I remember when the first series sort of like took place after the resumption of normalization between India and Pakistan in 2004. We finally got an opportunity to have people from India visit Pakistan, not just the sportsmen.
I remember a lot of actors came.
Yeah.
lot of big names were
And
here
also
in
fans
crowd.
came to Pakistan, and the same goes for Pakistani people visiting India as well. How much do you think it's also important for building that people to people relationship as well, which again, as we speak, has sort of been lost for over a decade now?
It is very important. If you want to make relationship, you have to meet. It cannot be like one side affair. It has to be from both sides, and it has to be from both parties and from both nations. And this is very simple formula. If you want to make relation, or you have to meet in a good way. So we are always, Pakistan is always, we always welcome them, and we will welcome them. And when we go there, there's no doubt they welcome us. But we have to go there. They have to come here. Then it will be sought out, no?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
it's not like तू इधर बैठ मैं उधर बैठूं तू इधर बैठ और बस अपना काम करो. You sit here, I'm sit there. You do your work, I do my work. You at your own. I'm on. All right. If you don't want to make relation, that's fine, right? Then we have to take other measures. But if you want to play, so it's sports. In sports, you have to be equal at some point. So
yes. And you think neutral venues just don't sort of capture that essence or that spirit?
no, it don't make sense. It's if it's a home series, we cannot play anywhere. Now, I think there were some problems in Pakistan, but it's Alhamdulillah, it's gone. Inshallah, our armed forces and our security forces and all the law enforcement agencies, they are very much capable of doing well. Inshallah, in future we have already.
I mean, recently New Zealand has toured.
New Zealand,
Pakistan again.
They it's second home for them.
Absolutely.
At times, because they're very good with us in this regard, and also England
and Australia, they both also, yes.
They come here. Only India has some problems. Whatever it is, it has to be sorted out, because the color of blood is same, red, and just sort it out, mate. Play and cherish the life.
Yeah. And now coming back to, or in fact, now moving the conversation forward and coming to this one little episode, which sort of, impacted you the most, and I think ended up having quite a significant impact on not just cricket and not just cricketers, but also for other athletes also. And now I'm actually referring to that experience of that organization called News of the World, where you had one reporter sort of show up in a different manner. He came to you, interacted with you, and you finally got involved in a legal battle against that person and the news organization, which now has shut down. And that case itself ended up becoming a case study of subterfuge. And when I say subterfuge, it's basically about sort of misleading the other person about your own identity and your intentions, where in fact your intention is something else.
It used to happen in only James Bond film.
Yeah.
Now it happens, but not at that time.
But you ended up, on the receiving end of such intentions. But my question is, what did you really learn from that experience, personally and as a sports person? And what did the team actually learn in the very first place?
Well, I was basically I was naive that what's happening. It was so planned, and they just wanted me to speak something about what happened. So what I read in paper, that was in my mind, and I spoke that. That guy, he met me as an agent, and he wanted to do contracts with players, with superstar in that time in our
sponsorship deals.
He was very trained. He used to, trick so many big celebrities in the past, So I was very little, like just a little piece for him. So he met me through someone in a hotel lobby. He asked me what happened, this and that. I said, you know what happened, they're not good for Pakistan or this or that. So he recorded that particular conversation, and he then called me and he said that I've recorded you, and now you take money or you admit it, or I said go and
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and he just released it. He
Right.
released it, and the impression was that coming that I blew a whistle. It was that this was not a case, because it was already happened and everything was in newspaper and just told. And from my side, that was my mistake. I met him, I trusted him. That was bad. I shouldn't have do.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you were the victim. He was misleading you, and
Absolutely.
the rest is sort of the rest is sort of history. But what do you think?
What happened? What happened? But I believe that this is, with sportsmen, such thing is shameful. Because I had no intentions, bad intentions, or bad doing or bad deeds. No, I'm not a saint. I'm a human being. But I'm telling you, I haven't done anything, and you come and talk to me, and you just finish my career like this. So think about it. What I've been,
What you
what
must
I
have
got
been through. Yeah.
Anyway, that's past, and I've learned a lot of lessons. But first of all, I really thank my lawyer in that time, Umar Khayyam. You know him. He fought for me, and single-handedly, because PCB was not supporting me. In that time, the chairman told me in England that we will support you, but here there were no one was here. Anyways, I just fought that case on my own, and I had no money to sue them, but my lawyer, he took them to British Complaint Commission, right? And there he won the case, and that story have been put off from their website or something, any YouTube or what.
It became a classical case study of subterfuge, and it sort of serves a very important case study where I think your case sort of helped not just cricketers in Pakistan but all over the world, and also other sports people, where they cannot be subjected to
Such a
similar
thing.
treatment. Exactly, because
Yes.
now we have a precedent. If some were to sort of do similar thing or pull off a similar stunt on someone, you have a legal precedent to come in their defense. And I think your case sort of did that altruistic justice for everyone. And I think that's a good thing that sort of came out of it. But what do you think can the sports board really do to sort of prepare athletes when they go into situations like these, so that they do not fall into similar traps? What do you think perhaps the PCB or other cricket boards could do?
Yeah, other people, other cricket board must have some things like that, because I remember in right after my case, or just before, I don't know, there was Indian cricket. He was caught up in something like that. Indian cricket board backed him, right? And I'm sure PCB now should have some policy to back their players. Now the times are changed, Usama. These are very difficult times. I'm telling you, in terms of what happened with me. These are the most difficult times, and you have to be more careful. And now players are well equipped and they are well educated. I think they should be more careful, and they should be more taught or told about these things, these sort of things, because social media is a way ahead of what we are thinking now, and what is going to happen in near future, you don't know. Or in future, through this digitalization, the world is changing. It's going to something else.
So you think some element of trust between the board and the players and the management can really help overcome situations like these, where the players can sort of
Absolutely.
go and sort of,
See,
take their board members in confidence if a situation like that is to come.
What is parent board? What's parent board called? The parent board is that he safeguard you in these type of situations. So absolutely, the PCB is a parent board of player, especially who's playing for Pakistan or who's playing for domestic, whatever it is. So obviously, Absolutely. So parent is parent, for what fathers does. Yeah, safeguard his son. So that's what the PCB does.
And now, let's speak
Should
about
do, should do.
yeah. And now let's speak about bowling attack, but not from India, but from other countries. Uh, which bowlers did you really have like a hard time playing against? I mean, I'm sure when we say non-Indian bowlers, of course, I'm expecting a longer list, or perhaps a few players that you might have had a hard time playing against.
Yeah, if you talk about Australia, if you talk about Sri Lanka, if you talk about England, if you in every team there were 2-3 match winners. Talk about Australia, Glenn McGrath, Shane Warne, Jason Gillespie, right? I played few test matches against them, not so many series. I played series in Australia against them, got 250s in Sydney, each inning 50, right? In one test match. 2 test matches I played there. In one in Melbourne, I got out early. Yeah, that was excellent, beautiful delivery from Glenn McGrath. I got 20 or 25 runs, but those 20 25 was promising, beautiful shots. But when I was going for cut, I didn't know how my gloves were kissed and I was gone. Another next test match, I was a little more, prepared. I was more determined, and luckily, in first over, I got that nick. It in between Shane Warne and Gilchrist. None of them tried.
Were able to catch the ball.
It went in between.
Wow.
And after that, that was one moment God gave me chance. So after that, I played flawless. Got some good boundaries against all bowlers. Glenn McGrath, first day, Sydney test, fresh pitch. Australia does something. In every bowler can do anything, and Glenn McGrath had quality of both swings. I negotiated him. I negotiated with Gillespie, then Shane Warne, then Shane Watson was youngster. He was playing his first test match. Then in second inning, I played more clean. The pitch was more better. It was coming on to bat nicely. But one thing I remember when I got out and there was cupboard in Sydney ground. I don't know now it is or not. But in that cupboard, every 100 who got 100, he writes his name with his own hand. When I walked in, Inzibai was standing there, right? In first inning or in second inning when I got out. I don't know. And he told me that the last 100 was from Yuvraj. And Salman Butt got 100 in first inning or in second inning. No, I'm not.
You're not able to recall, Yavan.
But last 100 was Yuvraj. And Inzi Bhai said to me that idhar tumhara naam hona tha. So these type of moments, I missed a lot of opportunities like this. And thank you to Inzi Bhai. He supported me a lot in my career. He was captain. One day I got 300 zeros, and in Peshawar match there was match, and he said it's okay, no problem, and he played me again. But I missed the World Cup. That's that's something I really miss, that I didn't play a World Cup for Pakistan, because I performed for 3-4 years, and I believe that I had right to play one World Cup at least. So.
And now, we have another World Cup coming up this summer in June. Which players do you think should really be focused on? And who do you think could really give us some interesting surprises when Pakistan squad goes and, plays against the world in this coming World Cup?
Well, Pakistan team, if you talk about Pakistan team, we have all the players with all the ingredients we have. We all the areas are covered. It's all about match combination now, winning combination. Which combination we are going to make now? I'm sure new management is coming. Gary Kristen and Gillespie is for red ball, I guess, or white ball. Gary Kristen. and Azhar Mahmood, Azhar Bhai. I think it all depends on how we, how the combination is been made, because it won't be that easy. Sometimes, some new pitches in New York, we don't know how the pitch will behave. In New York, hopefully it will be batting pitch early on, or wear and tears come. It will be portable pitch. I think.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it must be a very
it's a
unfamiliar
new stadium.
territory.
Everything is new,
Yeah.
and it's a big game against India. So it will be surprising for both the teams. So we should go with more fast bowlers in these type of conditions, I believe, because spinners can be targeted, but fast bowlers are not easy to target on these type of conditions. So there are a lot of things. We know West Indian conditions. Then West India again, you need good spinners who can hold the ball, who can turn the ball. We have good spinners. We have mystery spinners as well. Then you talk about batting. Our batting is Babar is consistent. We can rely on him. We need finishers, good finishers who can finish the game, because in T20 we need finishers.
And so you think, having that kind of a player who can finish the innings for Pakistan is something that we should really be focusing on. And what should the board really be doing in terms of, getting the team together to, perform very consistently and make sure that, it doesn't have to rely on ifs and buts of, as we usually say, if that team loses to that team, or if this team wins against that team. What would your then advice be that the team should be doing these 3 to 4 things that will ensure that, Pakistan comes in a very reliable standing, in the overall standing of the teams itself?
Yeah, see, in India we have learned one thing, and we should not do it again, and that is backup. We didn't have backup in India, which cost us World Cup. Our team was very good. After all those ups and downs, we were still making for a semi-final. Shadab was unfit, right? And we didn't take his replacement when Ibrar was there sitting. He was mystery spinner, and we missed that trick. We should not miss the tricks.
So backup is one of them. What should be
number one? We have to make plan A.
Right.
We have to make plan B. We have to make plan C.
Right.
And that should be precised, and that should be final, full and final.
Right.
There should not be if and buts in these plans. See, if we have to go with plan A. If it works, fine. If doesn't, we have to go with plan B straight away, because it's World Cup time is short. You have to be very proactive,
right,
with your decisions.
So what you're suggesting is we have to be quick in terms of adapting to changing circumstances.
Yes, we have to be very clear for the roles of the players. We should tell the players, you are in plan A, you are in plan B, you are in plan C. When you will be needed, you have to come and face the music, or come and perform. So by this way, everyone will be motivated, everyone will be, pumped up, everyone will know that when is my time, because in these tournaments, this thing matters.
Any other suggestions apart from, making backup for players? Do you have any other suggestions that the team should do?
Yeah, the good one should be in first line. The second good one should be on the second line. Everyone know who is good, who is doing well. See, so if someone is not performing and he is in your plan A, no problem. Don't try him.
Right. And now, before we conclude our conversation, my last question is basically about which teams are you likely to see, very objectively speaking, that will end up,
top four
among the top 4 teams? Yes.
Pakistan, India, Australia, and
New Zealand or South Africa or England?
New Zealand or South Africa.
Right.
I would go with South Africa.
Right.
I want to see them stop choking now.
Yeah. Do you think they will finally be able to sort of get their act together? And
yeah, because it's a great cricketing nation, and still they have. New Zealand is also it's a big, they're great guys, and They also deserve something on their belt. But both of them, one of them will be. But Pakistan have to do all the thing right to become in top 4.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yasir bhai, on that note, let us conclude our conversation.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And I thank you so much, for taking out the time and finally making this,
I don't know.
I must say,
how
making
was my
this
interview,
happen.
but I really enjoy with you.
Thank you so much. No, we really appreciate your kind words on that note. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for this conversation with Mr. Yasir Hameed. Our team works very hard to make this work possible, and it would mean the world to us if you could like and share our content. And if you'd like to stay informed about our upcoming podcasts and other work, please